On the news, Nigerian government to cut expenditures for upcoming COP29 climate conference in Azerbaijan. Appeal court affirms Philip Shaibu's reinstatement as Edo deputy governor. And Fubara receives PDP BOT members in Rivers, vows to resolve crisis. Thank you for joining us on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Simisala Atiku. President Bola Tinubu has authorized a series of measures aimed at saving nearly 10 billion naira in Nigeria's participation in the 29th UN Climate Change Conference COP29, scheduled to take place in Baku, Azerbaijan, from November 11 to 22, 2024. This announcement was made by the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, Ajuri Ngelale, during a media briefing at the State House on Tuesday. According to the presidential spokesman, the decision is to avoid the embarrassment of COP28, which took place in Dubai last November. TV360's Victoria Akonde completes the report.
The slash in the budget for COP29 in November follows the controversy generated over Nigeria's delegation to COP28 in Dubai, where the country had a representation of over 1,000 delegates, the highest from Africa at the time. The government had come under scathing criticism over the large delegation. With COP29 climate conference in Azerbaijan around the corner, the government now says there would be an huge budget cut this time.
We are also ensuring that some of these wasteful platforms that give rise to consultancies and subcontracts for lighting, for technological provision, that these are elements that can be provided directly from the Secretariat of the National Council on Climate Change. With all of the savings through the provision and implementation of the Climate Accountability and Transparency Portal, as well as our active cut down of expenditure items that were found in the COP28 expenditure profile, we have put ourselves in a position to save this country over 10 billion naira on this 11-day event in November.
According to Ngelale, the cut will be achieved through the provision and implementation of the Climate Accountability and Transparency Portal.
The National Council on Climate Change, in collaboration with my office, has established the Climate Accountability and Transparency Portal, which will, among other things, ensure that all members of delegation across ministries, departments, and agencies, and including even the legislative branch of government, will be captured on a transparent portal. This will mean that Nigerians will have full and real-time access into the numbers of who is attending and those who government is sponsoring to COP29. This will also ensure that anyone who is attending this conference has an economic imperative to be at that conference, engaging with companies, multilateral partners and stakeholders who will attract finance and opportunity into the country for the benefit of our people.
The presidential spokesman says that the cost of cutting measures align with President Tinubu's commitment to fiscal responsibility and transparency, adding that similar audits and cost-saving initiatives may be implemented for other government activities in the future. Victoria Akonde, TV260 Lagos.
Now to political matters, the Abuja Court of Appeal has upheld the reinstatement of Philip Shaibu as Deputy Governor of Edo State, dismissing an appeal by the Edo State House of Assembly to overturn the lower court's judgment. Back in July, the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice James Omotosho, had reinstated Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State, declaring his impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly as unlawful and unconstitutional. Shaibu's impeachment came amid a prolonged rift between him and Governor Godwin Obaseki. The court also directed that Shaibu be paid his salaries and allowances dating back to April 2024, when he was removed from office. Meanwhile, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has received the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party in a move to put to rest months of speculations that he had left the party. The delegation included the BOT chairman, Senator Adolphus Wabara, former chairman Ahmed Markafi, elder statesman Olabode George, and Senator Abdul Ningi. According to the delegation, their visit to Rivers State was in search of peace and making strong old alliances. But addressing the leadership and members of the PDP BOT who visited him at the Government House in Port Harcourt, Governor Fubara said he doubted his membership in his party. However, he said the visit by the BOT has offered some conviction that he is still recognized as a member of the PDP. Petrol queues have returned to filling stations in major cities across the country, a situation which has been attributed to tightness in supply caused by distribution challenges. Despite reassurances from the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, the situation appears to be worsening, with limited petrol supply and soaring prices leaving many Nigerians worried. This report by Tamilore Akinkwole takes a closer look at the escalating fuel crisis in Lagos State.
Barely 3 weeks after Nigerians endured the fuel scarcity that the NNPCL blamed on logistic issues, long queues have once again resurfaced at filling stations, but even with lesser availability of petrol. The current scarcity has led to widespread challenges, with the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria (IPMAN) alleging that the situation is occasioned by the NNPCL's failure to supply adequate quantities to its members. Lagos residents who spent hours waiting to purchase the commodity expressed frustration over the continuous pattern of scarcity.
So, but at the end of the day, I don't know how many hours I've been here now. If I calculate it now, it's more than 8 hours now. Or let me just say it's 8 hours. Because let me say before 7 I've been here. So this is 12 o'clock. I just bought the fuel a few minutes ago. It's not been easy to be queuing for fuel every blessed day. Because I'm a businessman, that's what I do for a job. So if I didn't get a fuel, I can't do nothing.
I'm hopeful because I should be at work at the moment, but then I have to do this because if not, I don't know if I will be able to even get home. So I just have to, stay, come and stay on the queue so that I can at least get home.
I've been in this queue, I can't really tell. It's been a very long time because I drove all the way from Aja to get to this queue. So, and for me, I don't even care what they're selling. I just wish to buy fuel and go. That is it.
We just have to queue because the fuel issue is not even helping our business. I should be working now, but I will have to wait, and I have targets. As it is now, I'm going to work tonight because I've not even started work today at all. I've been on the queue since morning.
Of course, black marketers have taken advantage of the situation, selling the commodity between 1,000 naira and 1,500 naira per litre.
Oh, yeah, on the streets, it's very, very high because the amount they're going to sell it for you, you won't be able to afford it. Maybe some people say 6,000 per 5 litre. Sure you get. So that's how it goes on the streets. Black money is very, very high. So, but sometimes you don't have a choice for you to buy it. You don't have a choice because you get to a certain level, like how long you want to queue for. You're going to be there from morning till night, from there to the following day. So just to go home, so you have to buy it.
I've been considering that option because the fact if I don't get this right now, then I think that would be the only option. But I don't know how much it is at the moment.
These people sell for 618 naira. Then I have also bought from a filling station where they sell at 900 naira, 800 naira. Then black market you are talking about, I think I bought 10 liters for 10,000 naira 3 days ago.
In response to this challenge, the NNPCL, through its Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shineye, has assured that the company is working diligently to resolve the fuel supply challenges, assuring that the queues should clear up in no distant time. Tamilore Akinkwole, TV360, Lagos.
As Nigeria implements drastic digital processes in the country, the government has ramped up efforts to accelerate the transformation following plans to adopt the latest Internet Protocol version 6. Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, who announced this at a one-day IPv6-driven digital infrastructure summit organized by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, in Abuja, confirmed the migration will help authorities identify and track online transaction users and tackle the worrisome challenges of insecurity. Our correspondent, Emeka Mako, completes the next report.
The IP version 6-driven Digital Infrastructure Summit aims at fostering collaboration among stakeholders and designing actionable roadmap that can promote the adoption of communication protocol in Nigeria. President of the IPv6 Forum, who gave a breakdown of the deployment, lauded Nigerians for attaining elite position as #1 internet nation in Africa and #7 globally behind China, India and the United States.
The IPv6 deployment, as mentioned by Mr. Kashifu, is that it is at the level of 2.5% deployment, which is the second largest IPv6 deployment in Africa after Egypt. So it is about 1.6 million IPv6 users, and this is why we have this meeting. How to move at least in the next couple of years to 50%, which is the average worldwide.
Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy says it is the government's responsibility to ensure Nigerians' internet space follows the global standard and is secure and safe for all. He added the adoption of the IPv6 brings numerous advantages, including improved service quality, highlighted security against cyber threats, and more efficient management of internet traffic.
So Nigeria is now one of the first countries in Africa to migrate from IP version 5 to 6, which means your providers can provide better services to you. They can ensure that their systems are not easily hackable, but they can also ensure that the services they provide to you are always readily available. By identifying the traffic, where the traffic is coming from, these are technicalities of how systems get hacked. So I think this is a fantastic move from NITDA and all the partners to ensure that Nigeria is multiple steps ahead. We already have some of our companies that are operating on IP version 6, but we would like to see it become the standard.
In his remarks, NITDA explains the summit aims to deepen growth and innovation that could unlock the potentials of Nigeria's digital economy and create awareness about IPv6.
Today in Africa, every person has 1.5 devices. In most cases, most of us here, we have more than 2 devices. Like I have 2 mobile phones, I have a smartwatch, I have laptops and other devices at homes that are connected to internet. But because of the scarcity of IPv6, all these devices are masked. That means you cannot directly identify them. But with IPv6, it means every person in the world can have more than or can have billions of IP devices available for him to use. So doing that will help us to address our cybersecurity challenge.
The experts emphasize on the need to foster collaboration among stakeholders and design an actionable roadmap that can promote IPv6 adoption in Nigeria.
It's time for a short break. Still to come, 4 bodies found as search for Sicily yacht missing enters 3rd day. Stay with us for details.
Get ready for the 8th edition of the Voice of Women Conference and Awards, VOW 2024. Theme, Achieving Women's Inclusion for a Sustainable Nigeria. Mark your calendar for Thursday, 3rd of October 2024, 9 a.m. at the NAV Conference Center, Abuja, Nigeria. And be part of a national dialogue bringing together grassroots and urban women in the quest for inclusion and sustainability in Nigeria. VOW 2024 is more than just a conference, it's a powerful movement. VOW 2024, an initiative of Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio, is where diverse women groups converge to champion inclusive policies and drive national development.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
When you go into public office, you must be ready to answer to the people.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On Digi 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians are saying in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, and use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
Digi 360, dissecting the issues.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has authorized a series of measures aimed at saving nearly 10 billion naira in Nigeria's participation in the 29th UN Climate Change Conference, COP29, scheduled to take place in Baku, Azerbaijan from November 11 to 22, 2024. According to the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Change, Climate Action, Ajuri Ngilale, the decision is to avoid the embarrassment of COP28, which took place in Dubai last November. We also told you that the Abuja Court of Appeal has upheld the reinstatement of Philip Shaibu as Deputy Governor of Edo State, dismissing an appeal by the Edo State House of Assembly to overturn the lower court's judgment. Back in July, the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice James Omotosho, had reinstated Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State, declaring his impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly as unlawful and unconstitutional. In case you missed any of our news bulletins, or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Well, let's get some business stories. Okwemi Owusheni has the latest. To you now, Okwemi.
Thank you, Sumisala. Welcome to Business News. The National Data Protection Commission has fined Fidelity Bank 555.8 million naira for violating customers' data privacy. The National Commission of the NPDC, Vincent Olatunji, announced the fine on Wednesday at the validation workshop on the Nigeria Data Protection Act General Application and Implementation Directive in Abuja. Olatunji says the fine, which represents the highest to be issued by the Commission, was aggravated by the bank's arrogance and poor cooperation during its investigation.
There are penalties which can range from 10 million naira, even up to 2% of your gross earnings for the previous year. But our approach has been creating awareness, let people know what we are supposed to be doing. And most of the breaches that we have treated, we look at the level of the breach. the impact of the breach, the number of data soldiers affected, and the level of cooperation of the organization that is involved. Without being able to use any remediation fee. Since we started, the only time that we used a major penalty was today on Fidelity Bank. We issued a fine of about 555 million to Fidelity Bank that they have to pay. Because there were some observed breaches. I will be working with them since 2023, April 2023, when we started the investigation. By the time we finalized, we became arrogant, so we decided to issue a full penalty on them, with about 0.1% of their gross earnings for 2023.
The way the bank has conducted its, its affairs in respect of the processing personal data, it was triggered actually by a complaint of a data subject who said that they opened an account for him without his consent at all. And we have evidence that this was done, although they claim that, yes, it was not activated, but it is not about just activating an account that completes the issue of violation. How did you even have access to the data to begin with? It is not whether the account is live or otherwise. How did you begin to send messages? How is it possible for someone to access that account from somewhere? So all of this was taken into consideration.
And in the aviation sector, workers have decided to cancel their planned protest concerning the Nigerian government's demand for 50% revenue collection from the agencies, which was to begin on Wednesday. The Secretary of the Joint Aviation Trade Unions Forum, Nandi Hector, says the protest was altered following a directive from the government aimed at resolving tensions within the aviation sector. Hector clarified the nature of recent protests held by the aviation unions, emphasizing their peaceful intent to highlight the challenges faced by industry agencies. We'll take a short break and be back with Stock Market Report. Welcome back. Nigeria's equities market ended the third weekday of trading on a negative note as the market decreased by 0.07%. In today's stock market shuffle, University Press took the spotlight with the FT slip plunging 9.4% to close at ₦2.41 per share. Close on its heels, Oando joined the downward slide with an 8.66% dip to close at ₦39.55 per share. It was a bit of tumble and twist day for these two on the market stage. Now, at today's grand finale on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, traders were busy as bees, exchanging a whopping 360 million shares across 8,813 deals, the total action adding up to a dazzling market value of 7.252 billion naira. Quite a bustling day on the trading market. Well, globally, the UK and the US stock market were on a roll, keeping the bullish momentum growing strong. However, in Asia, the scene was a bit different as the market wrapped up their day with a bit of a bull run to close at 0.29%. Turning to the foreign exchange market, the naira depreciated further, trading at 1,610 naira to the dollar on the black market. The British pound was quoted at 2,090 naira, while the euro exchanged at 1,745 naira as well on the black market. Well, that was our business and stock market update. Back to you, Semisola, for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Okweyemi. And in foreign news, 4 bodies have been recovered from the wreck of a luxury yacht that sank in a storm early on Monday morning. The head of the Civil Protection Agency in Sicily has confirmed. According to reports, the ship was violently rocked by a storm at around 4 a.m. local time while it was anchored near the Sicilian port of Porticello. Searches resumed for a third day, with hopes fading that missing passengers would be found alive. The total number of victims now stands at 5. The United States has imposed sanctions on Haiti's former president, Michel Martelly, over alleged drug trafficking, accusing him of playing a significant role in perpetrating the continuing crisis in the country. In a statement on Tuesday, the U.S. Department of the Treasury said Martelly, who served as president of the Caribbean nation between 2011 and 2016, abused his influence to facilitate the trafficking of dangerous drugs, including cocaine, destined for the U.S. The department added that Martelly also worked with Haitian drug traffickers, sponsored multiple gangs, and engaged in the laundering of illicit drug proceeds. And on sports, Bayelsa United coach Ladan Boso and Enugu Rangers handler Fidelis Ifechukwu have both denied that they are being considered for the Super Eagles assistant coaching job. Meanwhile, reports have suggested that former Sweden coach Jan Andersson is the front-runner to become Nigeria's new head coach following the resignation of Finidi George earlier in June. The Super Eagles are set to secure a new head coach ahead of the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations matches against Benin Republic and Rwanda in September. Still on sports, Kylian Mbappe has lodged a formal complaint against his former club, Paris Saint-Germain, over £47 million in unpaid wages and bonuses, which includes £30.6 million from a signing bonus and salaries for the last 3 months of his contract. The 25-year-old has escalated the issue to the French Professional Football League and UEFA, which could result in severe consequences for PSG, such as a transfer ban or a ban from the Champions League. Despite initially leaving PSG on amicable terms, the ongoing financial dispute has soured relations, with PSG disputing Mbappe's claims. Well, that's all on News Now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.